here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today is January 30. Is that the last day of January today?
I think tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
One more day. So now here we go. Right next to me we have the young up and comer, Spencer. What's your last name again?
Oh, Izayah Spencer.
Izayah Spencer. That's right, Izayah Spencer. Now, Izayah, let's introduce you once again to all the MMA fight fans out there. Who you are, where you born, where you raised, where you coming from.
I was born actually in Petaluma, and I was raised mostly around the Bay Area, but mainly in Marin. And I grew up most of my life in this small city called Novato. It's like, it used to be a farming town, and now it's just like a kind of small suburb.
Now you're 20 years of a young age, and this is the first time ever you're fighting somebody even younger than you. I know the last two fights you have, your first fight was probably by far the toughest fight against Kevin James. You know, the brown belt and the state wrestler, champion, and you hold your own all 3 rounds, and you actually land some good shots. And the last one. Whoa, a year later, I didn't see you to fight for almost a year, right? The first and the last one. You are making a tremendously improvement in a matter of a year. So now this is going for your 3rd amateur fight. Now let's tell us a little bit about, do you have a full-time job?
No. Right now I'm just going to school and I'm training full-time.
And what gym do you train at right now?
I train at North Bay Jiu-Jitsu.
And in Novato, right?
Yes, sir.
And now, who is your main training partner for the fight?
I don't really have one, honestly. I just try to train with as many different styles as possible.
And you got all these like the little Miller brothers out there. They're all like real good jujitsu.
Oh yeah.
Now, how's your jujitsu journey coming along now? Are you a blue belt yet, or?
Still no. I'm forever gonna be a white belt.
It's still white belt forever.
Yeah.
Because you don't put a gi on.
Yeah, I always it's kind of a running joke at my gym, and it's literally because I always forget to go to my belt promotions. Like they'll have I never read the schedule. They'll have a belt promotion, and then I'll just skip and go to a striking class, and then I'll come back 10 minutes later, and there's a belt promotion. And
so you're missing another one, and you're missing another one.
I kind of like it. I like it though because everyone just thinks I'm a white belt, so they're just gonna assume that's my skill level. So I see it as like an advantage almost.
Yes. Well, it's true though. And I never really look at it because people will underestimate your ground game. Now, on your last fight, your takedown was relentless. You know, like crazy takedown. Yeah. So have you been focused on a lot of wrestling?
Nah, he just smelled really good. So.
He just smelled really good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, you're fighting in the welterweight, and you don't look like really huge to me. What do you walk around weight?
Probably around heaviest 180.
180. So you don't really cut much weight. So you are very similar to the guy you're going to fight, Zach Tucker. That it's walking around under 180, but again, he's only 19. He doesn't want to cut weight. He's like, I don't want to cut weight because I'm still growing. So you guys have a very similar physique. The only thing is he's a year younger than you. He literally just turned 19 a couple months ago. So it's kind of interesting to fight. How do you feel coming into a fight somebody younger than you? Because when you first fight on my event, you were 18, right? You are the youngest guy, but now you finally somebody's younger than you. How do you feel about this?
I feel nothing but respect for him because as the younger guy, the first dude I fought was 10 years, I want to say 10 years older than me.
Right.
And so whenever I see an athlete who's coming in at that age, there's just nothing but respect. And I've been in his shoes before, so.
Yeah, I mean, I even told him no, everybody you face is gonna be older, stronger, physically more developed than you. You gotta have to mentally prepare. But again, the younger you start, the longer journey you can have, you know. So it's better to start young than start old, you know. But both you guys gonna be, you know, on your way up, right? So now, what do you know about your opponent?
Nothing at all. There's no I did hear that he's good at jiu-jitsu.
He's good at jiu-jitsu, yeah. He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. he started training in our gym probably like between 14 and 15. Actually, like he started in the middle of the pandemic, and he kind of stuck home, and then one of his cousins training in our gym, and it's like, hey, we have a kid stuck in the house all day, and then there, pandemics, nothing going on, so he wanted to come down trying to get some workout at the time, like most gyms closed, so we kind of opened privately to one-on-one and kind of quietly, and then the kid sliced through one day, and then he started loving it, the jiu-jitsu, and then here we go. Now he's making his first competition ever in the cage. It's it's quite exciting, so when you're watching him a little bit online, whatever, what do you see yourself, how you're gonna beat this kid? Take down?
You never know.
Take down, ground and pound?
You never know.
You never know. So what do you see yourself like have a advantage on him?
I would say probably experience.
Experience. Size and a little strength.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe
Oh, no. You never know. Like, strength can be deceiving. Someone could not look that strong until you grapple with them. So, yeah.
That's true. That's true. Now, what's your game plan coming into this fight? Now, obviously for Zach, he doesn't really have much of a game plan. He's pretty much gonna go off what your last fight is. Like, okay, this guy's gonna try to take me down. I gotta work on my takedown defense because we're not doing jiu-jitsu match. Obviously, you get stuck in the bottom playing guard, but like in MMA, you're stuck in the bottom, you're in trouble. You're getting pounded in the face, So, what do you see yourself like coming into the fight? Like, what's your idea, game plan for Zach?
It's a good question. I don't know. We'll see. I like to keep it a surprise. My last fight was more of like an experiment as far as the grappling, but I wouldn't necessarily say like I'm a grappler or even a striker.
Because the last guy you fought, he's come from a jiu-jitsu school. And before the fight, because he was making his debut, before the fight, I thought he's going to try to take you down.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the fight started. Like, what made you changing the mindset?
That was unplanned.
Unplanned.
That was not planned at all.
It just come out like, I'm going to take this guy down.
Yeah, like I made my strategy for the whole fight. I made like probably like 5 minutes before it. So, and I was just making adjustments, and then I just kind of like realized and adapted within like the first round.
And you feel like you have an advantage on him on take him down, or just try, see what happens.
Yeah, probably. I mean, you never know.
That's pretty awesome, Now, how you pretty much train every day right now, right?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty awesome. And MMA, it's a big category, So, who is your favorite UFC fighter?
Favorite UFC fighter?
Like now, current.
Current.
Which fighter like you admire the most?
Oh man,
There's a lot of beasts out there,
So many. I probably have to say, as far as like just pure style, probably like Hamzat. It's pretty good.
Oh man, no doubt, he's the GOAT, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody's dugging him.
Yeah, I like how dominant he is.
That's pretty good though. Hamzat's one of my
And
favorite.
I like his
players.
mindset too. Like he's a savage.
Yeah, I still remember when you first take the fight against Kevin James, and a lot of people that from your corner, from your side, and some of them, basically they kind of don't want you to take that fight, but you're like, fuck it, it's amateur, it's just another human. Like, I really admire your ambition. Like,
Yeah.
it's true though, like, if any time you make a mistake in your MMA career, amateur time is the best time to make a mistake.
I'm good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't really, when you go pro, it's kind of like a start fresh on your record. It's good to experiment, and obviously knowing to fighting Kevin James, on paper he's pretty much like the toughest you can get.
I mean, yeah. Like how I came is like, honestly, I mean, I just never understood people who came to fight, and then when it's time to fight, they don't want to fight, or they want to pull out, or do all these crazy things. Because at the end of the day, I came here to fight. Like, even fighting an opponent that's more experienced than me, like, what I come from, and like, I've had 10 people fight me, people pull weapons on me.
No shit.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, growing up, just like, that's how I started. A lot of street fights, and it's just like, all the shit I've been through, I know no matter what happens in that cage, it can't be worse than like what I've been through and I survived at, you know. And so,
very true. At least you know you have a protected referee that can stop anytime if you're in any kind of a dangerous. You don't have to worry about that on the street, man. They can stab you and kill you, you know, crazy shit.
And so it's like, it's that too, and it's also experience, you know. It's like, if you starting out on a, like, if you start out fighting one of the best already, it's like, you kind of get an idea of like how far amateurs can go, like skill wise. And so for me, it's like, now I got something to strive for, and also on top of that, it's like, it can't really get much worse than this, you know.
Very, very good mindset to have, you know. Like nowadays, a lot of people, especially doing an amateur fight, not even a pro yet, but a lot of people would love to cherry pick. You know, you'll be amazed. Like I have some guys that pretty much like,
never like cherries.
Yeah. we have guys that coming into the fight, you know, it's a 1-0, it's a purple belt or something, and a lot of people, they just like, I don't want to fight him. His purple belt is undefeated, 1-0. Like, wow. And you want to do this for your career? You know, it's an amateur fight, and then not to mention it's a 3-2 minute round. I don't care, you're fighting a purple or brown or black. You know, it takes a little bit of time to submit somebody.
Yeah.
You know, 2 minutes is not with that whole lot of time. But some people just overly think about that. Like, well, this is not meant for you. If you really worry about fighting a purple belt and 3-2 minute round, and you know, you can't even prepare for that. How are you gonna prepare for somebody 3-5 minute rounds of like much better skill sets? And you know, anyhow, but I really admire your mindset. You know, like, you know, going in there and just guns and blaze and just fucking all out, you know, that's pretty awesome, you know. Now,
people, we are gladiators, you know. It's like, at the end of the day, back in the day, people would be thrown in a pit fighting lions and tigers and shit.
And you watch the Gladiator movie too?
Not yet, I want to, but I used to like study a lot of it, and I'm just like, bro, I see all this crazy stuff that people have done, and there's these crazy bare knuckle fights, and it's like, people go to war. To me, it's at the end of the day, it's entertainment. We do this for you guys. You guys come, you guys are crazy. You like to watch blood, and we love giving that to you guys. So at the end of the day, it's like, it is what it is to me.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Now, if people want to get a hold of you to buy a ticket, come watching you fight, how can people contact you?
My Instagram is at Izayah Spencer MMA. At IZAYAH SPENCER MMA. That's a great way to get at me. Also, if you know me personally, my number. But mainly Instagram, Facebook too.
That's pretty awesome. Now, if people on this upcoming fight, any special loved one, training partners, supporters that you want to shout out to?
Oh, there's so many coaches. Shout out Coach Trifon, Coach Paulo, Coach Dimitri, Coach Gabe, a lot of my training partners like Zach, Jorge, the twins as well, my friend Jacob, who's on my wrestling team. There's a bunch of people. Shout out Hack, also Hurricane, Jim, big shout out to you guys. Got a bunch of friends down there like Kalani, and a bunch of other guys, you know, and I'm just excited. I mean, I'd be here for hours shouting out everyone. If I miss you, I'm gonna shout you out personally when I see you.
That's pretty awesome. Well, you're gonna have tickets today, and hopefully all your fans that come watching your last fight, hopefully they can come back again, support your upcoming fight, March 15, and another stepping stone, and another small baby step to get to the top. You know, in a perfect ideal, how much longer you want to be an amateur fighter before you go pro?
I've been thinking about that. Probably like, I want to say 20 maybe like 2 more years.
2 more years
Two
amateur.
more years. I really want to start racking up a lot more fights. It's less about time for me, and it's just more about experience. Like, how many matches? Like, if it was up to me, if you had a promotion every day, a fight every day, you see me every single day fighting somebody.
Well, we're doing 4 shows this year. And
Yeah.
I'm planning to have you there for 4 times, for 4 events straight, you know. So now, all your fight, it's going to be at 170. You ever think about moving down to 55?
Yeah.
Yes?
I do think about it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I feel like I've honestly like been getting lucky with the 170 pounders, but like, you know, even when I fight at a kind of a higher weight class for myself, like I used to do like a little bit of powerlifting and stuff. So even for my height and weight, I'm really, really strong. So it's never been too much of an issue, but I've always wanted to fight at 155 and just try it out. I think it'd be really interesting.
But you're only 20 though, you know, so that's the thing. I mean, you're still kind of growing and filling up. As more you're training, the more you eat and muscle maturity get a little bit more, like you might end up getting a little bit bigger. Because if you see a lot of guys, and even like in the UFC, and they get like early 20s and then mid 20s and they starting to like moving up a weight class. But I think you have a lot, you can grow into the 170. Look at George St. Pierre. I mean, I met him many times. He's actually the same size as you.
Yeah.
It's only like 5'9", 5'10" the most. How tall are you?
I'm like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, it's really similar, like about your height, not really, you know, and on top of that, not to mention trying to bust a lot of fighters' balls, man, but like a lot of fighters say whatever their height is, probably minor 2 inches. You notice that?
Yeah.
I mean, you see like, you'd be amazed. Sometimes you see some UFC fighter, I'm like, wait, I thought he was talking about 5'10".
Yeah, I should have said, you know what, in my profile, I should have said like 5'5", 5'6". And then so when they see me in the cage, they'll be like, wait, hold on. I didn't know he was that big. Like,
Yeah.
just be a mind game or
Because
something.
I see a lot of fighters,
Yeah.
like they said on their tabology it's like 5'10", but you actually look at them like, you're not 5'10", you're like a 5'8" the most, you know? A lot of fighters are like that, but you know, it's kind of like a funny thing to do. I think people want to look taller on paper, you know? So on this upcoming fight, like let's say Zach watching this interview, what do you have to say to Zach?
Let's beat the shit out of each other. Give the fans what they want. Give the promoters what they want, the coaches. We're going to have a lot of fun. And good luck to you. It's nothing but respect being young coming into this game. And I'm thankful to be one of the first people to, you know, kind of...
Young.
Yeah, be your first opponent, you know?
Yes, that's pretty awesome. Sounds good. Now, one more last shout out wording to all your supporters, your fans, people that buy ticket come watching your fights.
Just you should definitely come. Drinks, good food, good seating, great octagon, great arena. You know, it's definitely worth the money. You know, I would say. But yeah, that's
watching
it.
your performance too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the best part.
That's the best part. All right, guys. For more information about this upcoming fight card, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. This event is a live stream pay-per-view nationwide. If you cannot make it to the event, making sure you guys order your pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com. We are updating the fight card layout this weekend, so roughly it's going to be over 20 fights on this upcoming event. So don't miss out. Get your ticket from the local fighter directly from themselves, and then so they can get a little credit for it, and then order your pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com. And follow me on Instagram and Dragon_House_MMA, and the upcoming event, what's going on with our gym, and what's going on in the Bay Area MMA scenes. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and subscribe my YouTube channel. Give me a little bit of love and support, and then so we can keep doing what we do for all the MMA fight fans out there. Any last one you want to shout out to people?
Dude, make sure you eat good. eat good before it's time to cut weight, man.
Make sure you eat good. Here we go. We are coming from the young up and comer, Izayah Spencer, and I am Zhong signing out. See you guys March 15th. Oops.